Good morning. Welcome to class today. Today it's Hannah and me, Phoebe. Let's start off by singing some songs. Let's sing Isn't He Wonderful?
Isn't he wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Eyes have seen, ears have heard, it's recorded in God's word. Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Isn't he wonderful, wonderful, wonderful? Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful? Eyes have seen, ears have heard, it's recorded in God's word. Isn't Jesus my Lord wonderful?
Now we're going to sing God is So Good.
God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He's so good to me. He cares for me. He cares for me. He cares for me. He's so good to me. He loves me so. He loves me so. He loves me so. He's so good to me. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me.
Next, let's sing Rise and Shine.
Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Children of the Lord. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Children of the Lord. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Children of the Lord.
Let's sing What a Mighty God.
What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve.
Next, we're going to sing He's Got the Whole World.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, brother. In his hands, he's got you and me, brother. In his hands, he's got you and me, brother. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, sister. In his hands, he's got you and me, sister. In his hands, he's got you and me, sister. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Remember last week we talked about the 12 disciples? Well, in this story, Jesus took 3 of them, Peter, James, and John, and led them up a high mountain to pray.
They were all alone, and Jesus began praying.
The disciples were very sleepy. You see them snoring away?
As Jesus prayed, his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. Whoa, look at how bright that is.
I need some sunglasses. Then 2 men, Moses and Elijah, appeared talking with Jesus. They talked about the things that were about to happen to Jesus to fulfill the scriptures.
Peter, James, and John woke up, and they saw the glory of Jesus and the 2 men standing with him. They were scared, and Peter blurted out, "Let's make tents for Jesus, Moses, and Elijah."
Then a cloud appeared and covered them, and a voice came from the cloud saying, "This is my son, who I love. Listen to him." Suddenly, when they looked around, they no longer saw anyone except Jesus.
As they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus told them not. As they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus told the disciples to not tell anyone what they had seen until he had risen from the dead. So the disciples didn't tell anyone, but they also didn't know what rising from the dead meant.
Wow, what a crazy story.
Yeah, that was so crazy. Was that like magic when Jesus became bursting with light and those 2 men, Moses and Elijah, appeared?
No, it wasn't magic. It was God's glory shining through.
Oh, glory? What's glory?
Glory is the amazingness and awesomeness of God.
Whoa, that's really cool. But wait, who are Moses and Elijah?
Moses was the man who led the Israelites out of Egypt through the wilderness, and he was the one who got the 10 commandments from God. Do you remember the hand motions for the 10 commandments?
That's right. Elijah was a prophet who spoke words from God to the people in the Old Testament.
So, wait, if they were in the Old Testament, they lived like 1,000 years before Jesus, right? So, why did they show up on the mountain with Jesus?
Well, God wanted to show how Jesus was the answer to everything that was written in the Bible, including all the words and stories from the time of Moses and Elijah that were written many, many, many years before. And God did it in an amazing and awesome way.
So, in this story, the 3 disciples got to see with their own eyes, and they wrote it down so that people could know of Jesus and his glory. Hey, Hannah, have you seen God's glory?
Well, I've never seen the really bright light and needed to put on sunglasses, but I've seen how good and amazing God is. Like when we sing songs to Jesus together, when I read my Bible, and when Jesus answers my prayers.
It's a new month. You know what that means? A new memory verse. I'll show you a phrase with the hand motions, and you'll follow along with Hannah. Ready? Jesus looked at them and said,
Jesus looked at them and said,
"With man, this is impossible.
"With man, this is impossible.
But with God, all things are possible."
But with God, all things are possible."
Matthew 19,
Matthew 19,
26.
26.
Great. Let's do it all together. Are you ready? Jesus looked at them and said, "With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." Matthew 19:26.
We love seeing all of your drawings of the 12 disciples from last week. Let's take a look at them. Wow, so colorful.
I see all 12 disciples.
Beautiful work.
You know what to do. After this, draw a picture of today's story and have your mom and dad send it in. Maybe you'll also do the memory verse. See you next week. Bye.